Greenville Crusaders here in the first round of the Quarterfinal championship. And now let's meet the starting lineup. Brought to you by Season Travelers Rep. First for the visiting Hawks. In goal number 22, DJ Walker. At defense number 17, Whit Chowan. At defense number 8, Jacob Ferretta. At defense number 40, Hank Lettle. At midfield number 15, Devin Roberts. At midfield number 19, Josh Nicholson. At midfield number 21, Skylar Briscoe. At attack number 12, Anthony Alfonso. At attack number 24, Alex Clauber. At attack number 13, Nick LeBoy. The head coach of the Hawks is Mr. Jim Griffin. He is assisted by Chris Pettis. And now, make the word for goal. Let's go, at defense of 6'205" from Greenville, Texas, number 3, at midfield of 5'8", 175-pound senior from Tigerville, California, number 1, Hunter Burgett. At defense of 6'4", 195-pound senior from Greenville, Florida, number 13, Aaron Crusaders, up 6'1", 198-pound sophomore from South Carolina, number 14, Logan Ryan. An attack of 5'9", 165-pound sophomore from South Carolina, number 23, Austin Italy. Defense of 6', 185-pound senior from Las Vegas, Nevada, number 25, and an attack of 5'10", 155-pound junior from Greenville, South Carolina, Ethan Landry. An attack of 6'3", 195-pound junior from Greenville, Florida, number 31, Chris Carpenter. A 6'1", 185-pound sophomore from Owego, New York, number 33, Chris Heathworth. These goal Crusaders, a 5'9", 155-pound sophomore from Greenville, South Carolina, number 36, William Dixon. The head coach of the Crusaders next fourth season is Mr. Corey Strutt. He's assisted by Paul Jones and Bryce Meade. At this time, we ask you to please rise and gentlemen remove your hats for the invitation. Remain standing to sing our miracles and play our national anthem. Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for the ability to come out here and enjoy the game of lacrosse. Please keep these players safe. And away from injury, just let it be a good game. You know, pray in there.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a wet and rainy Tigerville, South Carolina, here on the campus of North Greenville University, where Christ makes a difference. Today, we kick off the men's and women's lacrosse tournament, which will be hosted by NGU this coming Friday through Sunday. First, we got to get the first round matchups out of the way. North Greenville, the 4 seed in the tournament, with a 7-8 overall record, 3-3 in the Conference Carolinas. They will take on the Chowan University Hawks out of Murfreesboro, North Carolina. Chowan 8-7 overall, 2-4 in the Conference Carolinas. Both teams sending their starters out onto the field. Those starting lineups for you. Number 31, Chris Carpenter, as we go down NGU's list. Austin Dixon, Ethan Landreth, Logan Bryant should be taking the face-offs today for NGU. Hunter Burgett, Chris Weichhorst, Jared Safransky, Sky Dupree, Zach Randolph, and Braden Dixon backing goal for NGU. For Chowan, Nick Lavoie, Alex Claybaugh, Anthony Alfonso, Skylar Briscoe, Josh Nicholson, Devin Roberts, Hank Wells, Jacob Ferretta, Quentin Schoner, and DJ Walker backing goal for the Hawks. Winner of this game will get number 1 seed overall, Limestone. I believe that game will take place on Friday or Saturday. The tournament will run Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, along with the women's conference games. And on the face-off, it is number 14. That is Logan Bryant out there, and he will claim it for NGU. Dixon back in the right side goal. Chowan with Walker back in the left side goal. North Greenville in red and white. Chowan in blue and white. Number 6, Alex Proley. He's got the speed for North Greenville. He'll run one of the forward positions. And he has help there with Ethan Landreth and number 31, Chris Carpenter. North Greenville on the attack early, going for the quick shot, saved by Walker. That one coming from the stick of Matt Somjak, firing the first shot. And Walker up to the task with his first save. And now Chowan looking for the early goal. Almost a caused turnover there by Zach Randolph coming up to cover Quentin Schoner. And Chowan turns it over out of bounds. North Greenville takes it back. And these two teams playing yet another conference game, as we do have a goal scored. Chowan opening up the scoring. Number 24, Alex Claybaugh. Able to sneak one past Dixon. That is not an easy task to do. Chowan leads early 1-0. These two teams just playing 3 days ago, back on April 21st. North Greenville did win that one 12-10 on the road at Chowan. Now this game in the conference playoffs, win and you move on to the weekend, lose, and you're done for the tournament. Bryant and Briscoe on the face-off. Ball still loose. Popped up. NGU coughs it up, and finally it lands in the stick of Schoner. Chowan able to scoop it back up. Schoner has help with Nicholson. And now North Greenville on the back foot again. Here comes Claybaugh. Splits the difference right down the middle and gets it in. And that goal, previous goal being credited to Anthony Alfonso. The second one, it will definitely go to Claybaugh. And Chowan in the opening 2 minutes of the first quarter have 2 goals. Bryant and Briscoe for already the third face-off of the game. Or the fifth face-off. And now North Greenville able to get the face-off win. Still looking for the first goal. Only one shot fired. It coming from Somjak and saved by Walker. Dixon behind the goal, moving left to pick up Proley. Burgett and number 16, that's Mitchie Garrett, running just on the neutral zone side of the line. Good right side move there, swinging around behind the goal. That is Mitch Garrett getting things started. Here comes Dixon. And well guarded, nowhere to go for Dixon. Breaks it back left, finds Landreth. Now Carpenter, and Carpenter gets it back to Landreth. Landreth looking for the over-the-shoulder shot, hits the referee, and Walker again makes the save. DJ Walker scrambling away from number 15. That was Tyler Holland all over the Chowan keeper. And another turnover out of bounds for Chowan. That's the only thing that hasn't gone their way so far. That's their second turnover out of bounds. And Proley gets us back to action. 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Chowan 2 goals already, North Greenville nothing. Holland into the attack zone down the right side. He'll swing it over to Dixon. And now Proley. Counterclockwise motion. Now they reverse to make it a clockwise motion. Over to the left for Proley. Proley getting some help from Burgett on a screen. Proley behind the goal again. Landreth over right. Carpenter thought about the long shot, lost the ball, scoops it back up. Over to Holland. Flag comes out. Should be a delayed penalty against Chowan unless North Greenville can score. Here comes Proley. Scores it. And that will waive the penalty off against Chowan. North Greenville able to score. Alex Proley finding the back of the net finally against Walker. And North Greenville will pull one of those goals back. That's Proley's 17th goal on the season. Everybody chasing Ethan Landreth. He's got 31 for NGU. That leads the team. And Chowan, Anthony Alfonso, he's already got one today. He is now 2 ahead of Nick Lavoie. Alfonso, if you count that one he scored earlier, he's got 58 now. Lavoie's got 56. And between the two of them, they have well over 300 shots. That's Alfonso and Lavoie. North Greenville might have their hands full if they let Lavoie heat up. Alfonso already starting the game off warm. And Bryant able to claim the face-off win. And we'll fire it over Sky Dupree. Defender setting a screen to help out Chris Carpenter. And now Dupree retreats back to his defensive zone. A couple of changes being made by head coach Corey Struss for NGU. Number 20 coming in, that's Austin Zimbato. Somjak in as well. Good cut there from Dixon. And traffic down the right side, sliding stop by Walker. Off the shot, or attempted shot from Landreth. And here comes Blake Thompson. Number 26, nice cut back to the right, goes bottom shelf and scores it. Got his defender to slip on the wet turf. And Thompson ties it at 2. That was John Carroll, number 25, the unfortunate defender to get in Thompson's way. And we're tied up at 2, 9:39 to play left in the first quarter. After a slow start, North Greenville's gotten fired up. 5 shots already. 2 goals on those with Chowan, 2 shots and 2 goals on those 2 shots. Bryant trying to claim another face-off win. And it will go instead to number 33, long stick midfielder Chris Weichhorst. And he's going to work with Taylor Lanzillo to get into the attack zone for North Greenville and set things up to Dixon. Hunter Burgett and Somjak, the 2 setup men. Burgett goes right, and here's Dixon. Dixon breaking around the right post of the goal, slings it back left to Landreth, trying to go down the middle, Somjak. And instead it ends up in the stick of Weichhorst, who fired it anyway and missed it wide left. North Greenville hangs on to it, closest to it off possession. And they'll work with Burgett and Somjak again up top. Somjak trying to work the right side. And finds Dixon behind the goal, spins, goes left. He slips, gets back up, hangs on to the ball more importantly. Pump fakes on the shot, goes down the middle. That one skipped wide right from Thompson, who scored his 5th goal of the season to tie us at 2. And now North Greenville looking for their first lead of the day, approaching the halfway point of the quarter. North Greenville knocked to the ground there. That was Somjak taking a check from number 1, Sean Bates. That was a long shot wide left out of the stick of Landreth, the junior from Moonville, South Carolina. Stays with North Greenville though, as it's Dixon closest to it. And he'll go over to Somjak. Thompson now moving right, set it up behind the goal again. Dixon picking up Somjak. Nowhere to go for Somjak, picks it up to Burgett and overshoots his intended target, trying to find Chris Carpenter, who was dropping behind the goal, and that's North Greenville's 2nd turnover of the day. Halfway through the first quarter, tied up at 2. And now Chowan trying to break down the field. And Dawson Long making that very difficult against Devin Roberts for Chowan. The Hawks still in their defensive zone. Now here comes Walker out into the neutral zone. And looks way down the field and trying to catch some defenders sleeping for North Greenville. They have the numbers and miss it wide right. That was number 24, Alex Clayball, the freshman from New Oxford, Pennsylvania. Just barely missing from giving the Hawks the lead back. Hawks now with it. Nick Lavoie, right side. He's got help with Josh Nicholson over there. Number 12, that's Alfonso. They'll go back to Nicholson. Nicholson guarded by Burgett. Now up to number 11, that's Noah Holloway. And over to Alfonso. Bobbles it, hauls it back in, tries to attack around the left side, takes a push in the back, and that's going to bring a penalty flag out. And should be a push call coming up against NGU. And a push called against one of the North Greenville defenders. It sounded like he called 30 out, but that's Landreth. He's on the attack. Anyway, North Greenville down a man. Chowan with the first man-up opportunity, but only a 30-second penalty. Hawks looking right side, trying to go back left, and Dixon sticks the net out and snags the ball. Good job by Braden Dixon to intercept that one in the middle as North Greenville now back at full strength, penalty up. Still tied at 2 after a flurry of goals in the first 5 minutes. None have come up in this third. Landis going to try and give North Greenville a lead around the right post over the shoulder, and Walker makes the save. I have to try and draw up something more creative than that. Walker's already made 3 saves now against the North Greenville offense that features their own danger trio, Landreth, Carpenter, and Dixon. Now Chowan using speed to get down the field, and the Hawks get the lead back. And it's Claypaw. Scores his second goal of the day on his 3rd shot. And Claypaw coming into today, 32 goals on the team, 3rd overall, and he's got the Hawks ahead here by 1, 3-2, 5:06 to go in the first quarter. That was the first goal in over 4 minutes for either team. Bryant on the faceoff takes a faceoff win and turns it upfield. Bryant thought about firing it himself, now has to yield way to Dixon. Bryant heads off the field, and that'll bring in Tyler Holland and Burgett. Now Somjat's got to make a break off the field. They'll bring in Proley. Austin Dixon behind the goal with help from Carpenter. Proley, Burgett to Holland. Has Landreth over there as well. Landreth trying to make the cut around the right side, get around number 40, Hank Wells, and tries to bounce shot his way in, can't do it. North Greenville hangs on to it. Dixon working behind the goal. And Dixon looking for that over-the-shoulder shot. Chowan not going to let him have it. He slips, gets back up from that brief 10-minute rain shower we had right at the start of the game. As here's Burgett trying to spin his way in, fires it behind the goal. Here comes Carpenter to Dixon. Dixon with a screen set by Carpenter, nowhere to go. Makes a cut into the crease, saved by Walker. And who's closest to it? Looks like Chowan will keep it in play as Roberts tracks it down. And he steps out of bounds. Fourth Chowan turnover in the first quarter. Gives it back to North Greenville in the attack zone. And shot wide right. Almost parallel with the goal. That was Proley trying to sneak it in, catch maybe a piece of the right post and get around Walker. No such luck doing. Here's Burgett in the attack zone. He's got one defender with him, Sean Bates. Not let him have the lane, knocks a stick out of his hands. The ball comes loose, and the battle for the ground ball will be won by Chowan. Bates working up to Carroll. Carroll's got 2 defenders on him, and what a check there from Carpenter to jar it loose. And Chowan still comes up with it. And off the foul, another Chowan turnover. North Greenville looking for the tie. Here's a long shot, wide left from Holland. From way outside the crease in the attack zone and could not get it. Timeout is called here by Chowan. 2:44 left to play in the first quarter. Hawks lead 3-2, round 1 of the Conference Carolinas men's and women's lacrosse tournament. And all games, or all playoff games, will be here at North Greenville Friday through Sunday. And the way that's shaping up is winner of this game today gets number 1 overall seed Limestone, also defending national champions. And then we'll see one game that isn't here today, but one of these teams will be making the trip to Tigerville. Belmont Abbey got the 3 seed. He'll be taking on the 6 seed Lees McRae, that one at Belmont Abbey. And to determine who makes a trip down here to Tigerville to play this coming weekend. For the women's tournament, North Greenville also able to earn the 4 seed in that one, and they'll be taking on the 5th seed Chowan. So a bit of deja vu you'll be seeing tomorrow. North Greenville right here at Pepsi Stadium will be taking on Chowan. And the winner of that game will either get the number 1 seed Limestone Saints or the number 8 seed Erskine. That's looking at the women's tournament side of things. And then the second game, number 6 Converse. Well, Belmont Abbey will be taking Barton. That's a 3 versus 7 seed matchup. And Converse will get one of them, and Mount Olive, the 2 seed in the women's tournament, will get the other. Greenville still looking for the equalizer coming off the Chowan timeout. 2:30 left to go in the first quarter. Carpenter looks back to Burgett. Now Landreth. Landreth around the right post. Fires and scores. Nice moving shot there from Ethan Landreth. 32nd goal on the season. Continues to lead this North Greenville squad. Able to find the equalizer late in the first quarter. And on the face-off, Bryant and Briscoe. Ball loose in the midfield circle. Kicked around, swatted out. Nobody's got it yet, and now Chowan with Briscoe comes out of the pile with it. And let's see if the Hawks keep their, no, they'll drop back and send Briscoe off, bring some substitutions on as number 24, Claybaugh, will wait for some help. He's got 2 goals already, does number 24 for Chowan. And they'll test the right side, number 18, Austin Lee. To Lavoie. And back out to Holloway and R.J. Foster. Holloway with it. Works in the attack zone, trying to get Foster to cut right. And another offensive turnover against Chowan. And here comes Weichhorst right at midfield. Spins back and fires the pass away to Lanzillo. Lanzillo over to Austin Dixon. Braden Dixon, the goalie for North Greenville. And now there's Thompson. 60 seconds left in the quarter. North Greenville and Chowan tied up at 3. In this first matchup of the men's lacrosse tournament for the Conference Carolinas. Zumbato taking a couple of checks from his defender, fires over to Thompson. Now Dixon. Dixon cuts back, looks over to number 20, right into the goalie's net from Zumbato. And Walker again makes the save. Now Chowan trying to take it quickly down the field. They cough it up at midfield, but it's scooped back up by Alfonso. And 20 seconds left, couple more changes for Chowan. Josh Nicholson and Austin Lee come back into the field of play. Nicholson has the ball, he's got 11 seconds, fires it to the middle and skips it past his target looking for Alfonso. And North Greenville able to come up with the ball. And now Chowan gets it back off a turnover. They got to score quick here. 2 seconds. Shot taken. Wide right. No good from Holloway. And that'll be the end of the first quarter. 6 goals scored, 3 apiece for North Greenville and Chowan here. The opener for the Conference Carolinas tournament. Winner of this game gets to try to upset the defending Division II national champions in Limestone coming up later this weekend. Tied at 3 here between North Greenville and Chowan on the North Greenville Sports Network. And welcome back at the start of the second quarter between Chowan and North Greenville in the first round matchup of the Men's Lacrosse Conference Carolinas tournament. Winner gets to take on Limestone on Friday and try and earn a bid into the championship match on Sunday, April 29th. So this is a first round matchup. Top 6 teams have advanced into the conference tournament. The first round matchups at the higher seed. So a couple of games, the 2 games today are number 5 seed Chowan at number 4 seed North Greenville, and Belmont Abbey getting the 3 seed. They're hosting Lees McRae today as the 6 seed. And that's the Bobcats versus the North Carolina Crusaders. We are underway here at the start of the quarter. Bryant able to get the win, and now reverses direction as North Greenville defending the left end goal, Chowan defending the right end goal. Bryant coughs it up, and will that be a turnover? Yes, it will. Josh Nicholson knocks it away and scoops it up himself. The Hawks open the game with 2 goals. North Greenville able to tie it up at 2, and then after Chowan snagging the lead back, North Greenville ties it up at 3. Alex Clayball leading the way for the Hawks, has 2 of their 3 goals. Landreth, Proley, and Thompson, the scores so far today for NGU. 15 shots, though, for North Greenville, only 5 for Chowan. Big discrepancy there as Chowan able to average that out better. 3 goals on 5 shots. North Greenville 3 goals on 15 shots. DJ Walker has been a wall for Chowan. 5 saves already, keeping the goals off the board for NGU. Alfonso trying to get around the right side, gives it back to Lavoie. And that's Zach Randolph not letting him by. And over to the left, Austin Lee. And number 24, that's Clayball again. And Clayball not showing any urgency behind the goal. He's got Safransky with him. Now cuts around the left post. Checks his position to the goal, doesn't fire the shot, and gives it to Alfonso. Alfonso's got to deal with Dupree, and he gives it to Lavoie. Lavoie fires the shot, misses wide left. Holloway will bring it back in. after Dixon sweating off the close one. And Chowan bobbles it, scoops it back up. A save there by Dixon. And he's able to get it out of the crease, and NGU takes off with it. Hunter Crandall, number 32 there, breaks down the field, right down the middle. Flips it, and off the stick of Carpenter. It's going to stay with North Greenville. No score yet here in the second quarter. As Proley trying to change that, spins round his defender. It's RJ Foster on coverage, and Proley skipping one past the goal. Still NGU ball though, as Austin Dixon brings it back in, and nobody covering the right post, and Dixon over the crossbar. Now Carpenter drifts back to bring it in. Nobody was covering Dixon as he broke to the crease. Here comes Carpenter. Much better coverage by Chowan and Foster that time, as somebody does go with Carpenter, forces him back out. Carpenter trying to fight his way back inside, fires it, and on the bounce shot scores. Able to find the open gap between about 3 or 4 blue shirts. And North Greenville has their first lead of the day, 4-3. 11:44 left to play in the second quarter. That's a 26th goal there for Carpenter of the season. Now let's see how the Hawks play from behind. Bryant with the face-off win. North Greenville now 7-9 on face-offs. Holland gets the pass from Bryant as Bryant exits the field. Left post attack here for NGU. Shot fired and saved by Walker. That one coming from Dixon. Chowan on the attack here in the second quarter. Roberts. Covered by Weichhorst. Brings it into the Hawks attacking third. Now Lavoie looking for Holloway. Here comes Zach Randolph up to try and jar the ball loose. Also good coverage by Mitch Garrett. Holloway round the left, fires it wide left. Dixon trying to beat out the attacker and will. Outstretching his stick and able to get it in front of Austin Lee. Good hustle from Braden Dixon to secure possession back for NGU, leading 4-3, trying to make it a 2-goal game. Behind the goal, Carpenter's there. Over to Landreth. And Garrett. Now Thompson. And he'll work it left to Holland. Nowhere to go for Dixon. He'll go to Carpenter. Counterclockwise around the left post. And jarred loose, trying to swat it to a teammate. Good job there from Zimbardo. And it's back out over to the left side. It's Carpenter trying to get around Bates. Fires a bounce shot and didn't get the angle right. Bounces too high over the goal. It'll stay with North Greenville though, as Landreth set to bring it back in. There's Landreth. Into the middle, fire, scores! And Landreth able to find the soft spot in the Hawks defense. And Landry scores his second of the day. And that gives North Greenville a 2-goal lead, 5-3, 9:31 to play here in the second quarter. Well, this game's starting to take a different turn. Chowan off to the hot start. Back-to-back goals before North Greenville could rally with 12:30 in the first quarter, and now the second quarter so far all NGU. All 2 goals scored this quarter. Both have been from Ethan Landreth. It's given North Greenville the lead and extended it as the face-off goes to Chowan. That's their first face-off win in quite some time as Nicholson scoops it up. Chowan only now 3 of 10 on the face-offs. They've made their possessions count. Nobody covering the left post for NGU as Alfonso almost had Dixon all to himself. Dupree was trying to catch up. North Greenville defense collapses in time. Now the Hawks have to come up with a different plan. Holloway surveying his landscape. And goes over to Alfonso. Alfonso trying to get around Dupree. Got him by a step down the middle, and the Hawks score. That's Lee. And that's the Chowan's first goal of the quarter. And first of the game there for number 18, Austin Lee. .14th of the season for Lee, and the Hawks are back within 1. On the face-off, North Greenville takes it. Bryant secures it and flings it over to Crandall. Crandall giving it up to Weichhorst. Now Weichhorst retreats back to the neutral zone as he gives it to Dixon, and now Landreth. Landreth looks for his options. Trying to work Austin Dixon right in front of the goalie. They go over to Burgett, fires right to Walker. 7 saves for the Hawks goalie. And now the Hawks looking for the equalizer. Roberts getting tangled up there with a couple North Greenville defenders. Now he's got to deal with Randolph. Gets rid of it to Holloway. Over to the right for Lavoie. Lavoie trying to get around Somjak. And he'll go back up to Holloway. Holloway behind the goal, trying to move left post. Zimbato step for step with him. Now they'll go topside. Dixon with the kick out on the block attempt. They're diving in front of the shot from Lavoie. Keeps a goal off the board for Chowan, and now North Greenville trying to turn upfield. Dupree trying to fire the shot, takes a clean check. And Dixon can't track it down in time after Dupree took a shot. Carpenter tried to come up with it and get it to Dixon, and then that's what led to the North Greenville turnover. Hawks back on the attack. Bates with it. Up to Claybaugh. Was a man of the hour in the Hawks' first quarter. It's gone quiet since then. 2 goals on 4 shots for number 24, but all that action in the first quarter. Claybaugh trying to make a cut, runs right back into Randolph. Now in trouble on the right side, that was Lavoie. And he's stripped of it by NGU. Defense there by the Crusaders. It's now Dupree under duress from Claybaugh. Gets away from him and tries to get it to Burgett. And reached out for it with his left hand and catch him with the hand touch. And now the Hawks can't capitalize. They lose it out of bounds. Claybaugh too far in front of him. Chowan head coach Jim Griffin knew they let one get away. Five minutes left to go in the second quarter. 5-4, North Greenville up by 1. Nobody's led more than 2 this game, and that was the difference last time these two teams met up at the end of the regular season. Chowan, part of the Conference Carolinas if you're new to the conference. Chowan, part of the conference in lacrosse and soccer. So these games obviously count as conference games, hence why the Hawks are the 5 seed in the lacrosse tournament. Here comes a right side look. Walker with another save as he stares down Carpenter and wins. Now the Hawks try and take their equalizer quickly. Bates into the attack zone. And timeout, North Greenville. All right, that's Chowan's second timeout. .4:14 left to play in the second quarter. North Greenville leads 5-4. Chowan on the move though. .4:14 left to play in the second quarter. North Greenville leads Chowan 5-4. Make our way toward halftime. First round, the men's lacrosse side of the Conference Carolinas tournament. Women's lacrosse side fires up tomorrow afternoon. One game right here at Pepsi Stadium. North Greenville taking on Chowan. Yes, both in men's and women's lacrosse as the 4 and 5 seed. North Greenville women's lacrosse narrowly missing out last year on getting to host a playoff game. That dream now realized this year, and head coach Brianna Temple's looking for good things out of that team. Chowan, in the meantime, here looking for an equalizer to send it into halftime, maybe even look for another goal. Try and get 6 and take the lead heading into the half. Ball bounces out of the attack zone as Alfonso was the intended target. It's going to go wide of him. He scoops it back up and now has to deal with Lanzillo and Dupree. Takes a shot there from Randolph, fired it anyway. And Dixon had to come up and make the save as that one was right down the middle to him. Turnover, no good on that clear. And here comes another long shot. That one blocked before it ever even got to Dixon. Chowan recovers it. And behind the goal now with Nicholson. Cuts it back, fires it to Holloway. And now looking over to Clayball. Clayball around the right side, fires Dixon with another stop. Couldn't hang on to it, but Dupree helps him out. Now Dupree trying to get it to Dixon, and Dixon's going to look for a target down the field. Sends it away, and he has Wykhorst. Into the attack zone, here's Austin Dixon. Landreth, now Carpenter. Carpenter over to Burgett, and now Holland. And now Proley, he'll come back in. Been a while since we've heard from Alex Proley this quarter. North Greenville looking for the 2-goal lead again. Here comes a shot, scored from Austin Dixon. And Dixon finally breaks through his first goal of the day on his 4th shot. And that is number 20 for him of the season. Still trailing Carpenter and Landreth though, but gives North Greenville 2-goal lead, 6-4. North Greenville doubling up Chowan in shots. But Chowan making a third of their shots. North Greenville making a fourth of their shots. North Greenville 4 for 24 and Chowan 4 for 12. Or 6 for 24 and then 4 for 12. Looking at the goals and shot ratio. The face-off is going to go all the way into the North Greenville attack zone and finally be rewarded to Chowan as that one was popped up, kicked around, and sent down a third of the field. And now they reverse the call. Now it's North Greenville ball. Now North Greenville's going to look for their largest lead of the game, or largest lead for either team. Still looking for that 3-goal lead. Burgett looking over for Landreth. Landreth moving clockwise, fires a long shot, and he'll score it. Alex Proley taking the shot from Hank Wells to set that up. And Landreth buries it to put North Greenville up 3, 7-4. 1:29 left to go now in the second. Goal number 34 as Landreth puts up a hat trick today. 34th goal of the season for Landreth, 3 for 7 today. Bryant and Briscoe on the face-off. Been a dominant day at the midfield stripe. North Greenville 9 of 12 and now 10 of 13. Bryant with the face-off win gives it to North Greenville, and the Crusaders with time to draw something up here. Holland working with Zimbato. Looks right over to Landreth. And 60 seconds to do something with it. And Landreth hanging on to it. He's got Roberts there on coverage. Landreth spins right side and will fire. Misses wide left. Scooched back up though by Dixon. And the whistle will bring a North Greenville timeout with just a tick under 40 seconds to go. Coach Struss take a little bit extra time to talk things over, look for goal number 8 on the day as North Greenville outscoring Chowan 4-1 here in the second quarter. Rain starting to pick back up here in Tigerville, kicking off round 1 of the men's lacrosse tournament between Chowan and North Greenville. Winner of this game takes on number 1 seed and defending national champion Limestone College for a right to play in the championship match Sunday afternoon. That taking place April 29th right here at Pepsi Stadium. North Greenville hosting the semifinals and final matches of both men's and women's lacrosse. North Greenville looking to go up 4 here at the very end of the second quarter. 20 seconds to go to get a goal out of it. Holland over to the right. Landreth has the hat trick, looking for 4 and does it. Now, Ethan Landreth has been the go-to here in the second quarter for North Greenville. 4 goals on 9 shots. And North Greenville will go up 8-4 with 10 seconds left to play in the half as the light sprinkle begins to turn into a downpour. I think that was the Jaws theme playing. We might need a boat by the end of the day. One more face-off to get through. And North Greenville ball with 10 seconds to go, 8.3 to be exact. And Bryant, not sure what the play is, starts us back. 5 seconds left. Here comes Proley. That's Somjack, fires it and misses wide right. And there's still a second left on the clock, so maybe one more. Shot in and skips wide everybody. That will take us to the end of the half. A little bit of confusion and some fireworks there to end the half. North Greenville leads at 8-4 over Chowan. Ethan Landreth, half of the North Greenville production, 4 goals out of him through that first and second quarter. And we'll take a break with them here. 10 minutes and a half. Bringing back for the start of the third quarter. North Greenville leading 8-4 over Chowan here in the first round of the Conference Carolinas Men's Lacrosse Tournament, hosted by North Greenville University here at Pepsi Stadium.
job on the shot clock. Right on. No, I've got it up there. Just kind of wipe it off with like something dry.
And welcome back to the North Greenville Sports Network. No, it has not gone completely dark here in Tigerville just yet. Just having to scatter our cameras underneath some coverage as we wait out the rain showers passing through the area. Getting ready to start the third quarter. North Greenville leading Chowan 8-4 here in the first round of the Conference Carolinas Men's Lacrosse Tournament. And as we start the quarter off, we'll take a look back as North Greenville outscores Chowan 5-1 in the second quarter after being tied 3-3 at the end of the first. And a face-off win will go to the Hawks. And here they come, trying to work quickly. Dixon with the rejection. Bounce away the shot coming from Nick Lavoie. And North Greenville will scoop it back up as Safransky will bring it back into play. North Greenville 28 shots to Chowan's 12. DJ Walker 8 saves to Braden Dixon's 4. The Hawks get the turnover and will go for the score. Here's number 24, Clay Ball. And he's stripped of it by Safransky, and now North Greenville takes off with it. That's Randolph weaving his way through traffic. And he gets some help as they break into the attack zone. Hunter Burgett. And now Austin Dixon behind the goal. Help from Carpenter over to Landreth. Landreth 4 of the team's 8 goals today. North Greenville 12 ground balls to Chowan's 10. North Greenville's won 11 of the 15 face-offs we've had so far. Carpenter looking for the shot. Nowhere to go. Gives it up to Somjak. Fires. And Walker with the save. Against Proley. That's a 6. That was Proley on the shot. And he stick checks his man. Austin Lee coughs it up. And now Chowan bobbles it in and out of the stick of Lavoie. And it's picked off by Randolph. North Greenville back the other way as Chowan defending the left end goal again. Dixon behind the goal. Carpenter left side. Landreth right side. And back outside into the neutral zone for Proley. Here comes Somjak back in. Burgett's going to work with Proley. North Greenville working the right side. Landreth to Dixon. Looks back to Landreth. To Burgett. And now Burgett spins. Fires it back to Somjak. And over to the left, and a top shelf goal for Carpenter. Second of the day for Chris Carpenter as he gets the pass. Working the left post of the goal. Slings it up high over the shoulder of the keeper, Walker. And Carpenter, with his 27th goal of the season, puts North Greenville up 9-4. As ever since the start of the second quarter, this game has belonged to North Greenville University, looking for a statement win. Now, even though they will North Greenville, should they win today, they will still technically be playing at home Friday. They will be the away team. And actually, if should Chowan win, then both these teams would be the away team against the higher-seeded Saints of Limestone. North Greenville with it again after the face-off. 12 of 16 on those face-offs. Another win going NGU's way. And looking for the score. Carpenter turns, looks at the goal, holds off the shot. And here's Holland. Spins left, cuts back right. Nowhere to go for Holland. Fires it over to Zimbato. Zimbato looks for the open net. Stopped by Walker. Chowan gets it back after Zimbato rejected at the net. Roberts across midfield into the Hawks attack zone. Takes a stick check from Safransky. Fires it over. Right side for number 13, Lavoie. And Lavoie giving it up to Claybaugh. Claybaugh to Nicholson. Here comes Nicholson off the right side, trying to beat Randolph. And sets it back up to Holloway. Now over to Alfonso. Alfonso's got Dupree with him. Now here's Holloway, switching over to Garrett. Lob pass through the stick of the intended target. That was Nicholson trying to judge where it would land and could not come up with it. North Greenville ball again. Dawson Long gets the initial pass and now gets rid of it to Garrett. Over to Dixon. Carpenter comes up to support left side as well as number 28. That's Derek Sheely now in the game. Sheely left side will work in tandem with Dixon. And Landreth over on the right side. Carpenter now setting up down the middle. Here's Zimbato. Sheely getting the pass. From Thompson. Slips, gets back up. Thought about firing that long shot against Walker, pulled it back. And I'll go to Landreth, Thompson, and now Zimbato again. Over to Thompson. Zimbato drifting out. Here's Dixon coming out from behind the goal. He'll go to Thompson. Now Zimbato left side. Spins around his defender. And goes to Landreth. To the right side, Carpenter. Carpenter firing the scoop shot, missing wide left. North Greenville still closest to it with Landreth. And Zimbato to Landreth. Looking for Dixon. Landreth. Cuts around the left post and tries to get the open look. Fires off the post. No good. Now a scramble for the loose ball right at the edge of the attack zone. Chowan comes away with it. Bates across midfield through the neutral zone into the Hawks attack zone. And now the Hawks will bring it right back into the neutral zone while they wait for some fresh legs. Claybaugh with it. Over to Alfonso. And now Claybaugh again. He'll work with Alfonso and Holloway. Alfonso into the attack zone right side. Skips a shot off the stick of Dixon. And it rolls out of bounds. Still Hawks ball. Chowan, no goals scored yet this quarter, almost halfway through it. North Greenville only 1 goal scored this quarter. Lavoie, right side. Nowhere to go for Lavoie. Now they'll try and tip a shot in. Nothing from Austin Lee. Clay ball. Guarded by Safransky, trying to tiptoe his way around number 13. Can't do it. Over to Lee. And clay ball again. And Safransky not letting him by. He's joined by Dupree as they'll go over to Alfonso. Alfonso scoops it to the right. And a quick shot in and scored for Nick Lavoie. And the Hawks find the back of the net for the first time this third quarter. 9-5. Still a long way to go. But Chowan can't afford to let that amount of time elapse again between goals. North Greenville has done a good job of keeping the top scorers for Chowan away from the goal. Lavoie second on the team in goals. That's only his first of the day. And Alfonso came in leading. He only has 1 today. Face-off does go to Briscoe and Chowan. And he goes over to Lavoie. Now to Alfonso. Number 4 is Foster. Foster gets around his man, drives toward the crease, got around Randolph. And flips it back to Lee. It's now over to the left side clay ball and up to Alfonso. Alfonso down the middle, trips, and that's going to bring out a flag. And that's a tripping call against Chris Weichhorst. A minute penalty. Only the second time today that Chowan had the power play advantage. North Greenville has not had the man-up opportunity yet this game. Also, will be the longest penalty kill either team's had to face today. Well, Chowan hasn't had to face any. Over the right side, Foster. Or no, that's number 13. That's Lavoie. They'll go back up top to Nicholson. Now a clay ball. And Nicholson again. Left side for Alfonso. Got Dupree with him. Clay ball picking up Randolph. Or Randolph picking up clay ball, rather. Now clay ball works down the middle, and shot scored there on the power play for Chowan. Noah Holloway buries it. And after going cold for half the quarter, Chowan has 2 goals in under 2 minutes. First goal of the day for Holloway. And his 24th of the season. (9-6). Chowan has cut down a 5-goal deficit down to 3. And off the face-off, a false start called against Chowan. North Greenville takes a face-off win. And here's Burgett. Got Nicholson with him. Over to the right, had Carpenter there for a minute. And Somjak left, Proley in the middle, Burgett running right. Behind the goal, into the stick of Dixon. Dixon breaks around the left post, fires, and scores it on the bounce shot. That's going to be a good highlight piece there for Austin Dixon. Scores his second of the day. He's up to 21 on the season. .430 left to play in the third quarter. North Greenville leads 10-6. Now Chowan had a 5-game win streak going back in the regular season before their season finale against NGU at home. North Greenville snapping that 5-game win streak. And so Chowan coming out today looking for a bit of revenge as the Hawks scoop up the face-off win in their defensive zone. Now it's jarred loose. Here comes Wykhorst picking it up and fires it to Dixon. Dixon now looks for help as he's chased from the attack zone and will lob a pass to number 50, Reese Bledsoe. Bledsoe gets rid of the pass in time. Now scramble for the loose ball. He'll turn it over to Michael Stewart and the Hawks. Stewart to Claybaugh. And now Holloway. Over to Lavoie, back out to Nicholson. 3 ranked teams in the Conference Carolinas this year: Belmont Abbey, Mountain Olive, Limestone. All three ranked heading into the postseason of play. And Chowan having a tough time breaking through to get close to get a shot on Dixon. And North Greenville going to get called for the foul there. It's going to hang with Chowan. As the Hawks behind the goal catch a break on that drive as they almost had another turnover. Now they will as Safransky jars it loose and Dixon dropping behind the goal in the crease and comes up with a save. And North Greenville back in the attacking zone. Austin Dixon with 2:20 left to play in the third. NGU leads by 4. Number 44, Tristan Tuttle checks in. And number 21, Drew Warren checks in. Sheely running right side. Dixon still behind the goal. Austin Dixon spins, fights his way left. Chowan comes up to cover him. He's got Roberts over there. Dixon trying to spin right side, work his way to the middle, fires and misses. Going to stay with North Greenville, though, as Landreth the closest man to it. And he'll give it back to Dixon. Dixon trying to fight his way around Roberts, works right side, cuts back underneath, bounce shot, stopped by Chowan and DJ Walker. Heavy battle tested, 9 saves for the Hawks keeper. Chowan needs 4, just over a minute left in the third. Working to the middle and rejected, trying to get it to clay ball. And the call is Chowan ball off the official's whistle. And here's clay ball. Around the left. Cuts underneath Safransky, coughs up the ball, and Braden Dixon puts a net to it. And now 45 seconds, North Greenville on the attack. Austin Dixon, a couple of stick checks from number 17, Quentin Schoner. And over to Landreth. 30 seconds left in the third. North Greenville leads by 4, trying to make it 5. Zimbato in the neutral zone, motioning out to Holland. Makes the drive into the attack zone. Zimbato flips it left. Here comes Dixon, fights his way to the crease, falling down, tries to score it, draws a flag. As the shot misses wide. And a first man-up opportunity for North Greenville. As that is a foul against number 12, Anthony Alfonso on the push. 30 seconds on the penalty, 13 remain here in the third. So over to Proley, to Dixon behind the goal. 5 seconds, over to Carpenter. Carpenter drives, tries to score it, and does. Stops the clock with 1.3 seconds left, about as well timed as you can get it. And Chris Carpenter gets his hat trick on the day. That's 3 for him. And he gives North Greenville an 11-6 lead. We're going to end the third on a face-off. And it is scooped up by John Watson there, number 12, on the face-off. Expires the third quarter. 15 more minutes left to decide it. North Greenville again able to get the edge in the third quarter, outscore Chowan 3-2. Hawks showed a little bit of life there, but North Greenville able to snuff it out. And they will take a 5-goal lead, 11-6, heading into the fourth quarter to try and advance in the Men's Lacrosse Conference Carolinas Tournament right here on the North Greenville Sports Network. Final quarter between North Greenville and Chowan. Winner advances to the semifinal on Friday to take on the #1 seeded Limestone. And those two teams will play for a right to play in the championship matchup on Sunday afternoon, also right here at NGU. John Watson on the face-off win, number 12. And North Greenville trying to keep the hammer down and scores for number 22, Taylor Lanzillo. That is Lanzillo's first of the day. And his first goal all season comes in the postseason for Taylor Lanzillo.
I still have more points. Shut up! I have 2 points.
We can't quite seem to shake the rain. Got another batch moving in from the north just over the main part of campus. And I hope that stays over there. And behind us, we've got the sun breaking out to the southwest. And North Greenville's offense is shining, has been shining ever since the start of the second quarter. 12-6, North Greenville leads. And Chowan 14 minutes to try and make up a 6-goal deficit. Lavoy and Alfonso. Alfonso has it. And Chowan, not any urgency on these attacks. Flip back to Holloway. Holloway slips. That turf starting to reach up and snag some people. As a pass through in traffic, scooped up by Dupree. Now popped free. And Dupree able to track it down and avoid the check from Holloway. Avoids a second check from Holloway. Trapped in the corner, trying to get rid of it, finds Safransky. And Safransky over the head of his keeper Dixon, over all the way to the other side for Randolph. And Randolph able to find a wide open number 24, Jake Aaron. That is number 24. Yes, it is. Jake Aaron now heads back to the neutral zone. As a pass through to Warren. And Sheely. Sheely lines it up for Warren. And now over to Tuttle. Tuttle trying to work it through left side. And it is loose as it was knocked away by number 8, Jacob Ferretta. For Chowan, and the whistle will give it back to Chowan as it trails out of bounds. And now the Hawks, Xavier Wingfield gets it to midfield and almost turns it over as Roberts able to step in front of it, has it jarred loose by Long. He takes a tumble as a stick is knocked loose, and it is North Greenville ball. Well, Chowan avoids a penalty flag there. And North Greenville back with it again, trying to go up 7. Here's Landreth. 4 goals on 10 shots today. 1 ground ball for Landreth picked up as well. Here's Dixon. Dixon's got 2. He needs 1 more for a hat trick to join Carpenter and Landreth today. Fires it, misses wide right. And it's going to stay with NGU as North Greenville trying to keep the pressure on, also burn some clock at the same time. Still 11.5 minutes to go. Time running out on the Hawks. And their season. Dylan Lloyd trying to outmaneuver Roberts. And he'll go behind to number 42. Kenny Wessels also getting in. Wessels, a breakout star late in the season for North Greenville for the sophomore out of Manassas, Virginia. Wessels not afraid to let some shots fly. North Greenville working the edge of the crease. Austin Dixon back to the left side. Shot blocked before Wessels could even get rid of it. And it's scooped up by Roberts. Well, that attack took 2 minutes, about 2 minutes off the clock for North Greenville. And now Chowan's going to be left with 10.5 minutes. Just now getting to midfield as Foster ducks underneath the pressure. And flips it left side, and easy goal scored for Anthony Alfonso. Alfonso with his second of the day gets Chowan within 5. And Dixon got left behind by his defenders, got left on an island to match up against Alfonso, and Alfonso able to pick his location where he wanted to put it. And on the faceoff, North Greenville not out of the woods yet. Watson trying to win the faceoff, will do so. John Watson takes off. He's going to try and score it himself. He does! Now, if you want something done right, John Watson takes it himself. His first goal of the day, right off the faceoff. And that's Watson's first goal all season. So good job there, John Watson. And off the face-off, Briscoe's got the edge on this one. He'll take off and lose it. And Zach Randolph with the defensive play, the spin move, and as it recovers his own ground ball. Now Randolph over to the right and overshoots Carpenter. And that one, I'm going to say it was tipped. It's going to stay with North Greenville. Well, under 10 minutes to play. Chowan needs to make up 6 goals. And maybe more here is North Greenville on the attack. Sheely now over to Corey Long, number 35. And over to number 20, Zambado fires and scores. Yes, that is number 20, Austin Zambado, the sophomore from Kennesaw, Georgia. Zambado, his 6th goal of the season, number 1 on the day. Gets his 3rd shot to score. And now Chowan, it's falling apart for the Hawks. 7-goal lead for North Greenville. 41 shots for North Greenville today to only 17 for the Hawks. And the Hawks are going to almost have to average a goal per minute just to even tie. And John Watson able to take the faceoff win, flip it left, and that's Somjak trying to line up the long shot. Flips it to Weichhorst. And over to number 47, Matt Miller. Miller over to Wessels. And that is Long. Now Bledsoe. And Tuttle. Back to Miller. And now Wessels. Wessels taking a couple of checks, breaks around the left post. Goalie comes way outside, and Chowan gets away with one there. Now Bledsoe trying to run off some clock down to 8.5 minutes. Here comes Bledsoe, lines and fires over the crossbar. He's going to stay where North Greenville is ducking out of the way, almost aiming for his teammate back there, had Wessels behind the goal. Wessels round the left, fires it, and bounces off the goalie in. Miller had the save. Or Walker had the save, he had it. And then he lost it, and it was bouncing off his left knee and rolling behind him. Kenny Wessels with the goal. His 4th of the season puts North Greenville up 15-7. And Watson on the faceoff has it. Takes off again toward the attack zone. Diving Sean Bates knocks it away. And it is scooped up by Somjak. Somjak over to Long. And now behind the number 42, Wessels. Chowan able to put an end to the North Greenville attack. The Hawks, 8 goals in 8 minutes. See what they have. Bates. Number 18, Austin Lee. Number 17, that is Alex Burrows. 6'6" defender now in the game, and he is hard to miss. Freshman out of Myrtle Beach. Can't wait to see him develop. Not sure how a tall defender will work in lacrosse. That'll be most interesting to see. As goal scored here. RJ Foster fights his way in, and Chowan still kicking, but North Greenville's been able to respond every time they work down to the right end goal. 15-8 off the goal there from Foster. #15th of the season for Foster. North Greenville 18 to the 26 faceoff they have gone to the Crusaders and give Watson, he gets number 19. And over the head of his intended target, trying to get it to Lanzillo, turn over to Chowan. Exactly 7 minutes left in the 4th quarter. Wells brings it back in. And Walker sails one down the field. Pick up clay ball. Has not scored a clay ball since the 1st quarter. Still no major sense of urgency from Chowan. They'll attack around the left side, trying to line things back up down the middle. Here comes Lavoie. He can score but misses wide right. It sticks with Chowan. Holloway back to retrieve it. And sends it to Clayball. Clayball around the left side, beats Burrows, fires Dixon, lays out for it. and sends it packing. Rolls out of bounds, stays with Chowan. Braden Dixon listed as 5'9", having to stretch out to a 6 foot even right there. Chowan not done yet. Pass rejected. Burrows. Or no, that's number 37. That's Jacob Abel deflecting that one away. Chowan fights back. Flag comes out as Alfonso just dives in. Does a good job of drawing the penalty. And Safransky going to be called for the push. And a 30-second penalty will give Chowan a man up opportunity. This is their, I believe this is their third of the day. North Greenville's only had one. They could have had two, but North Greenville was able to score on a delayed penalty as there's a shot skipping wide right from Austin Lee. So Chowan with 5 minutes left, 10 seconds on the penalty, as a shot saved from Dixon coming from clay ball way outside. And this should give North Greenville full strength again. Penalties up, 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. North Greenville looking to advance in the conference tournament. High pass brought down by Owen Reinhard. Number 27 here. Reinhard on the right side. A freshman out of Cornwall, Connecticut. Somjak over to the left, picks up Dylan Lloyd. And Reinhardt again over to Drew Warren. And Somjak. Somjak back into the attack zone, right side, fires, trying to go top shelf, can't get it. Stays with North Greenville. Good shot from Somjak, albeit a high degree of difficulty on the move. That one just sailed on him. Here comes Miller. Matt Miller got his stick caught up with a defender, and Corey Long scoops up the ground ball on the left side. Swing it over to Drew Warren again from Somjak. Here's Warren, lines it up, and saved by Walker. Under 4 minutes to go for Chowan. They need 7 goals to tie, 8 to win outright. Here come the Hawks. Nicholson over to the left for Clayball. He'll bring it back into the neutral zone. The weather looking much better for tomorrow's women's lacrosse matchup. North Greenville, the 4th seed in the women's tournament, taking on the 5 seed Chowan Hawks on that side of things as well. That is also a 6 p.m. start right here at Pepsi Stadium. Also brought to you on the North Greenville Sports Network if you can't make it out here to Tigerville. Winner of that game also gets the number 1 seeded Limestone Saints. As a caused turnover there by Randolph for NGU. Stays in the game at defender and flings it forward to help out his cause. Matillo over to the left, fires, misses. As it's going to stay with North Greenville, and that was Matt Miller on the shot. North Greenville approaching 50 shots for the game. They're at 46. Still 2.5 minutes to go. They very well reached that mark. Pass up to Tuttle. Over to the right, pick up Wessels. Wessels takes it into the corner and burns some more clock. No pressure from Chowan. Holloway a good 20 feet away from him. Here he comes around the left side. Wessels turns, lines up a pass to Miller. Gets it to Holland. No, gets it to Corey Long, number 35, could only see the 5. Long fights his way around the defender, slips. Sheely, notice Reinhardt trying to scoop it up. He slips as Sheely comes in trying to help him out. And North Greenville will turn it over out of bounds. Back to Chowan with 2 to play. Chowan, 90 seconds left just to try and run the offense, maybe get a couple more goals here late. And Chowan is called off sides. That insult to injury, and they'll give it back to North Greenville with under 90 seconds to play. As they battle for the ball in the North Greenville attack zone, Chowan able to get it back and turn it over out of bounds. Looks like North Greenville will advance to take on Limestone in a semifinal on Friday at 4 p.m. All conference lacrosse tournament matchups will be brought to you here on the North Greenville Sports Network, live from Pepsi Stadium. Belmont Abbey and Lees McRae. That game getting this says 2 p.m. start. That winner will take on Mount Olive as a 2 seed. Also on Friday, and then the championship final on Sunday is an open goal there for North Greenville, rejected by Walker at the last second. Look at the women's side of things. Tomorrow evening at 6, North Greenville taking on Chowan. Number 1, Limestone, they will host the 8 seed Erskine Flying Fleet for a chance in the semifinal on Saturday, and their championship final on Sunday as well. So the way the women's tournament runs down, Limestone versus Erskine, that's a 1v8. North Greenville versus Chowan, that's a 4v5. Belmont Abbey and Converse, that's a 3v6. And then Mount Olive and Barton, 2v7. The 4 quarterfinals there. That's a women's bracket as things stand. All those first round matchups get underway tomorrow, Wednesday, April 25th. The 2 first round matchups for the men's tournament just about concluded as North Greenville looks to hold on with 5 seconds left to play. One more pass will do it, and no shot coming up as Tristan Tuttle will run things out. And North Greenville survives the rain and the Hawks to win the first round matchup against Chowan 15-8. So they will take the unofficial series against Chowan as well after ending the Hawks' 5-game win streak at Chowan in Murfreesboro, North Carolina. They got that win 12-10, a little bit more convincing this time around here at Pepsi Stadium, 15-8. Ethan Landreth and Chris Carpenter record hat tricks for NGU, 4 goals for Landreth, 3 for Carpenter, as North Greenville outshoots Chowan 48-22. Braden Dixon with 7 saves, DJ Walker 12 saves for Chowan. North Greenville 19-27 for the faceoffs between Bryant and Watson. Watson getting a goal, also faceoff win. For Chowan, Claiborne Alfonso each with 2 goals. Those are the only 2 multi-goal scorers for the Hawks, as we will award your Moshe Greer Player of the Game Award for number 30, Ethan Landreth. Got going quickly and kept his foot on the accelerator, helping North Greenville to a 15-8 win over Chowan. So North Greenville advances in the conference tournament. They will take on the number 1 seed Limestone College Saints Friday, April 27th. Right here at Pepsi Stadium, although Limestone will be listed as the home team as per the advantage of getting that number 1 seed. And tomorrow afternoon, number 4 North Greenville University Lady Crusaders lacrosse team, they will also take on the number 5 seed Chowan Hawks right here at Pepsi Stadium, 6 p.m. Wednesday evening for a chance to take on the quarterfinal winner of Limestone and Erskine on Wednesday. So playoff lacrosse is underway here in the Conference Carolinas, and North Greenville trying to advance. They do so on the men's side of things. The women will look to do so tomorrow. Your Moser Greer player of the game again, number 30, Ethan Landreth, 4 goals on 10 shots. A goal blocked for him. And North Greenville will look to advance tomorrow on the women's side of things. And NG now has the colossal task of trying to upend the defending national champions in men's lacrosse, Limestone, on Friday. As there's a look at your men's bracket, and Belmont Abbey with a very convincing win on the other side of things against Lees McRae. So Belmont Abbey will advance to take on Mount Olive. So it's a 1v4 matchup and a 2v3 matchup in the semis. And then those two winners advance to the championship final on Sunday right here at Pepsi Stadium. Well, thank you for joining us here on the North Greenville Sports Network, sticking with us through all the rain. We expect a much better forecast the rest of this week for tomorrow's women's matchup and for the overall tournament Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Well, I'm Grace Sutherland saying farewell from Pepsi Stadium, where the final score is North Greenville 15, Chowan 8. Special thanks to Will and Allie Cahaley for today's matchup. Allie Cahaley, your producer for today's game. And don't forget to follow us here on youtube.com/North Greenville Sports Network and keep up with the latest news at nguathletics.com. We'll be back with you tomorrow afternoon for women's lacrosse right here from Pepsi Stadium at 6 p.m. This has been a presentation of NGU Men's Lacrosse here on the North Greenville Sports Network.